guys, this side Arshdeep Singh and welcome to n8n YouTube channel. So today we're gonna work and we're gonna build this workflow. This workflow is actually the backend for a Telegram bot, which is AI capable. So this flow is created on n8n platform for free. We have OpenAI's chat model integrated inside this flow, that also for free. This will be very exciting for beginners to understand and how important in nowadays this n8n and tools such like this inside the industry. So let's just start with the project with the resume reviewer. So it reviews your resume, provides you with the ratings, tells you what are the areas of improvement, everything for free, right? By free, there is a catch. We have limited tokens, but again, that's not the point, right? So let's just dive into the project. All right, so this is the final workflow which was built using n8n. We are using here OpenAI's model, which again, you can generate a free API key inside n8n, but there is one catch that it comes with a 14 days of free trial. And in that, you can only have 1,000 of executions for free. That's it. I'm gonna cover each and every node here separately, exactly what work it is doing. But before that, I want to show you the flow, like what exactly this thing is doing, right? So, all right, so this is the bot, which I named as Mr. Resume Reviewer. And let me just type something like hi or something, some random message. As you can see, it is coming as please attach your resume so I can begin the analysis. So this response is fed and it is coming from this flow. And I'm going to show you how and where we can have all these responses stored, right? Actually, it's a game of prompt rather than anything else. So let me just upload here a resume. And as you can see, once I upload my resume, what happens after that is a different kind of response comes here. Thank you for sharing your resume. Which job title should I use for this resume, right? So they are asking for a job title. And with respect to that job title, which I'm going to provide, it will going to analyze my resume and give a summary report like this. So a reviewed report where everything is analyzed based on different parameters, which again is done using the prompt, and which you're gonna see further how I have designed the prompt, right? All right, so let me just write here product manager and let's see what happens. All right, so it's saying that got it, product manager, kindly attach your resume so I can analyze it again. All right, so maybe the flow is different this time. And now what I can do, either I can upload this resume again and it'll pick it, or I can do one more thing. I can simply reply as this is my resume, something like this, right? So we have a flexibility here. I'm gonna rerun it. I'm gonna upload the same resume, a different job title, but with a different flow, and you can see that this bot will behave in a different manner. So first of all, let's just see the report, and as you can see, formatting and structure, how much like rating the bot has provided, it's 6 out of 10, which is not that great, and it has given the strengths and improvement areas in different sectors. As you can see, contact information, professional summary, technical skills, professional experience, and so on and so forth. So, and as you can see, it is also giving the strengths. So this is just because we have designed the our like workflow like that in a manner where it understands, it captures the memory. So by saying capturing the memory, I mean, when I said that, this is my resume or this is the message, how come it is knowing that, okay, fine, I have to analyze this based on this resume and the analysis has to be done for this job role, right? How is that even possible? There has to be some kind of database or some kind of storage where it is actually referring or storing it, right? So all those things will be covered. It is super duper easy, very simple, right? So let me just this time let me just type directly a job title. So let me just say lead front-end developer. Okay, so this time I simply give lead front-end developer as my first prompt, like no hi, nothing, right? As you can see, previously when I simply said hi, it came up with this kind of response, right? But this time what is happening, it is coming up with a different kind of response, which is similar to second or maybe the third response which I got, right? So now let's just upload again a resume. All right, so now I have uploaded the resume. The job title is with our bot, and let's just see what happens. And as you can see, within few seconds I got a response where based on this job title, so previous job title was product manager, and as you can see, our formatting and structure was rated 6 out of 10, but this time it was rated 7 out of 10, and that is purely based on what kind of job title our resume is being analyzed for, right? So it depends, right? So it was maybe not that great for product manager role, but for a lead front-end role, it is little better than a product manager role. This resume I'm talking about, right? This trial is for the email ID. You can have a personal email ID here, not a problem. I'm gonna cover each and everything right away, right? So now let me just make sure this is inactive for time being, and I'm gonna build this for you guys again, right? So what you guys have to do is you have to simply go and search for n8n, right? Once you search for this, and you can simply have your sign in here, right? Or get started. So if you don't have any kind of email ID, you should go for get started. Once you click on get started, currently I have my uh, ID signed in, and as you can see, there's a dashboard which is coming up in front of me. But if you guys do not have signed in, then you can simply sign in, right? Let me open this on an incognito window just to show you how this works. As you can see, you have to just fill up this form, and you have to confirm your email ID. Actually, you don't have to, trust me. You can directly start working on your 14-day trial. All right, so it is saying in the form that you need to have a company email ID, but it doesn't, trust me. You can use your personal email ID, nothing to worry about, right? So let's just explore now the n8n, the workflow, how we can build one, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a workflow, and as you can see, you can have a project. Inside that project you can have multiple workflows, but the total number of executions are only 1,000 executions when it is active. When it is inactive, you can have as many as test and trials, not to worry about, right? So let me just create one, and let me name this something like YT resume reviewer. All right, so I have named this. First node has to be a trigger node, right? The starting point from where you want things to happen. Generally, what happens, there is a trigger manually node where you simply click on this node and execute workflow. So once, as you can see, when I clicked on execute workflow, got triggered, right? So these are the nodes. There are different kind of nodes. If you just see here, there are different kind of categories, and in those categories there are so many nodes. So as you can see, there are AI agent, OpenAI, and several nodes related to AI. Then there are nodes related to data transformation, where you can have your custom code, where you can have datetime node, or you want to edit a field which is coming as a data from a previous node. You can edit that. If I click here, as you can see, I have to drag some kind of data, and I'm going to show you how all these things going to happen. But first, all right, so see, as you can see, there's a connection which is made, so you can delete this connection separately, and you can delete a node separately, right? So there are two kind of delete operations you can perform. Let me suppose I want Telegram here. So as you can see, if I, as soon as I start typing Telegram, I get this Telegram thing, right? And then there are so many different kind of nodes here, but initially I wanted trigger node. So there are these are the trigger nodes. So there are different kind of trigger nodes, where for us on message is the trigger node which we want, right? So that's how things are managed inside n8n, right? So if I, let's just say, type or Microsoft, right? So micro, as you can see, Microsoft Teams is there, Microsoft Outlook is there, and so many things are there. Not just Microsoft, but if you type Google, you will find that you have all those different kind of workflows based on Google, Microsoft, and I'm guessing there should be Facebook as well. Yes, there are Facebook trigger nodes as well. And let's just go for Instagram. I am not sure. Okay, so there is no Instagram. Let's just stick to our idea right now. As you can see, there are multiple directions you can go with and create different kind of workflows, automating tasks. Be it with AI, be it without AI. I mean, plenty of things can be done inside n8n, and it's a go-to skill currently, very demanding inside the industry. Go to Telegram, and what I was talking about, if I even try to have this, what I have to do is I have to go for a Telegram account. So currently I have this account, but if I want a new account, what I have to do is I have to put some kind of access token here. Now, what is that access token? How to generate this, right? So for that, what I have to do is I have to go to Telegram, and I have to search for bot father, where actually you create bots inside Telegram. So bot father is official channel provided by Telegram, using which you create your API token, which is access token here, and from there only you can create a bot. There is no other way, official way, right? So let's just click here, and as you can see, there are few steps. First of all, you have to, once you start the conversation with the /start, there are few things which are listed here, and then you have to go for new bot. Once you click on new bot, the bot further asks for a name, then you have to give a name. Once that is done, you have to give another name, which will be the username for our bot. Once that is done, I have led the API. So that API is the access token. Actually, you have to copy that and you have to paste it here. Once that is done, you have to click on save. Once that is done, as you can see, your account will be created, and this kind of thing will be shown, right? All right, so nothing has to be changed. You can have different things here, download images, files, and so many other things. But again, we just want to have one thing here. So if I click on this, and as you can see, nothing is happening, right? Because there is no message. As you can see, the trigger node was message, and I didn't send any kind of message. So let me just send something hi. As you can see, once I sent hi, workflow got executed. It was waiting and waiting and waiting just until we didn't had message, right? And why only it picked up that message? Because the access token is from our bot, right? And nothing else. So that's right. All right. So as you can see, this is the output. So let me just zoom in a little bit. And as you can see, there is some kind of update ID. There is a block message, and there are different ways you can see this output. It is in schema format. It can be in tabular format or in a JSON format. So exactly this is the data, and we are rendering it in schema or the the table format. So this is the raw one, right? So actual output is coming as a JSON where ID and different kind of things are coming, right? All right. So as you can see, the message which I sent was hi, and which is coming here inside text, right? All right, so next step should be like accessing that piece of data, right? All right, so complete workflow is like picking up the data, which could be a piece of text or it can be a file, and then I have to check if it is a piece of text or a file. If it is a file, I have to download that file, pick that file up, right? So that I can feed it to my AI, and it can process the file based on the text which is being provided. If the text is not provided, I have to ask again the user to provide a text which has to be a job title. If the job title was provided, then I have to ask for a file. The file has not provided. So there are so many conditions which has to be met to actually analyze the data based on the title, based on the job title, right? So to work, I have to go from multiple steps, and then I'll be able to have a complete workflow. So the second step has to be a node, again from Telegram. Exactly what I want here, I want to get the file, right? So let's just say this time I'm going to upload a file. I want to get that file. How to do that? So for that, there is one, as you can see here, file actions. There is a node which is provided by Telegram. It is get a file. So again, I have to attach it to the same account. By default, n8n will attach it to the same account. And as you can see, these are the outputs which are draggable, and it can be directly given as a part of file ID, which is a mandatory step. And as you can see, there are different kind of things. So there is chat, there is file, there is callback, there is message, and based on what operation, what resource we have decided, that there are different kind of operations. So currently we only have one operation, which is get, and for that we have to provide the file ID. But as you can see, there is no file ID here because we never uploaded a file. So let me just do one thing. I am sure that again this will going to give me an error. Just execute our workflow once again. So because we have attached this, so let me just, for time being, let me just delete or detach this the get a file node, so I'll not get into any kind of error. And let me just execute it once again, and as you can see, it is waiting right now. Let me just simply upload a file, random image PDF file which I'm uploading. And as you can see, as soon as I uploaded the file, this node got triggered, and now we don't have and now we have something, right? So in the output, as you can see, this output is different. If I show you inside schema, this output is different. We don't have text here this time. A different kind of we had, which is document, where we have file name, thumbnail, the file ID, and this is the actual file ID which we have to feed to get this file, right? So now let me just attach this, and let me just simply drag this file ID, right? And as you can see, the moment I drag this, it converted from fixed to expression. So there are two ways you can actually have this thing. One is fixed. Fixed is something where you provide some kind of text, right? And then expression is something which is kind of combination of JavaScript or jQuery. You use jQuery here, and with the help of jQuery, you actually do things dynamically, right? So the file ID could be anything other than this. If I upload a different kind of file, it will be a different file. It will be a different file ID, right? A unique one. So I cannot give a fixed expression here because this node, what will happen is that, let's just suppose I execute this once again, and if I provided a fixed text here, it was not able to find the file because it doesn't exist. So in those scenarios where you want things to be dynamic, you have to go for expressions. So even if it's like fixed, what you can do is you can simply drag here, and it will be directly converted into some kind of JSON, which again can be referred inside documents of n8n, and you'll be pretty much clear about how in different ways we can do these things. All right. So as you can see, this is an expression, and let me just once execute this, and what happens, let's just see. So as you can see, I got some kind of output where make sure that this is checked, and let's just execute this once again. And as you can see, the output got changed a little bit. We can see this inside JSON or the schema, but last time there was no binary here. This time we have a binary, and if I download this file, as you can see, this is a downloadable file, and this is a very important step for us, right? Okay, so now I have this file inside as a binary with me, and now if I attach some kind of node here, I can actually use this file, right? As you can see how this workflow is going, right? Step by step, you have to make sure that things are working. So if I upload again, let's just say if I simply go for some kind of text here instead of file, once I trigger it again, I'll get into errors because there won't be anything such as json.message.document.file id, because nothing like document exists when I send a simple piece of text rather than a file, right? So those things has to be again taken care of. And for that to happen swiftly, what we need to do is we need to have if condition. So for that, you have something known as if as a node, right? And then you have to provide a value. So let's just say document.file id, right? So if this thing, all right, yeah. So if this thing is inside string exists, so if this exists, then I have to do something. If it, or there are so many other operations as well, but for time being, otherwise it will be undefined. As simple as that. This thing will be undefined, right? If this thing is not here, it will be undefined. Now this time it exists, so what I have to do is I have to check that, okay, if this thing exists or not, right? If this exists, then I have to perform a task. If this doesn't exist, then there are two conditions which can be satisfied, and there are two different openings for our if node. One is true, one is false. So this time it's true, so not this time, but I want that, okay, this getter file node of trigger telegram should be executed only and only if this thing exists, right? And this time it exists, there won't be any kind of problem. But if it doesn't, then what, right? So then I have to do one thing, which is I have to process that as well. And let's just execute this once again. And if I simply send yo, what happens? This thing executed, and as you can see the workflow, the green part, right? As you can see, it started from here, it went to this, and then after that it came here inside false. One item is coming out of false. If I double click on that node, as you can see, this is inside. This thing previously was in green color, but now it is highlighted with red because it doesn't exist. So this is the if condition. This was the input and this is the output, right? And if you can see in the output, you will see the text which I provided, right? Yo. Now what? I have the output. If I execute this once again, and let's just upload a file here again, then as you can see, again, it went inside our workflow, but this time the condition was true. So it went to the next node, which was getting the file, and then the output was, right? If I show you here, then as you can see, this time our document file ID is inside green, is highlighted with green color. So we have output here, right? So it's that simple to work with the n8n. You just need to have the basics of how a workflow can be, what all conditions has to be taken care of. There are loops as well, there are data formatting as well. So there are different kind of things here, and trust me, the next node is about formatting this file. But before that, let's just add an AI agent. And to use AI, this is the way to use AI inside n8n. We have to click on this AI agent thing. Once that is done, so what you have to do is you have to add a model as well. So AI agent is a thing. All right, so let me just do something like this. Okay, so AI agent is like this, and then inside AI agent we have one mandatory step, which is a chat model which has to be attached. As you can see, different kind of chat models are there, so many of them, but for time being we're gonna go with OpenAI chat model. And there is one option which n8n provides. Either I can have my own credentials. If you have them, well and good. If you don't have them, simply go for n8n free OpenAI API credits, and which are again limited, but it'll be fine for us, right? There are very few models which are provided inside the free OpenAI model, but if you go with your OpenAI key, then you can use the GPT 4.1 flagship model or different other models. So here we are limited. So once this is done, you can also add these options like frequency penalty and timeout and all those things, right? So that is part of additional options. Okay, so as you can see now, we don't see any kind of error. We have a model here, we are feeding something here in, but now that's not it. We also have to provide something like some kind of prompt, and that prompt has to be here. So currently it is like this, which we have to change because our input is not directly coming from the trigger, but it is coming from a condition, or I should say it can come from our Telegram get file as well, right? So what I have to do is I have to first choose define below, where I'm gonna go with the user prompt. Once that is done, I have to add an option and I can go with system message. So these two steps are mandatory, or I would say you can simply follow them as it is the way I'm doing it, and then we can talk about how things are working here. All right, so let's just say, all right, so one more thing, I have to also attach this thing here, because the file, it can be a file, or it can be it can directly come from the false, which is a piece of text, right? So for time being, let's just do one thing. Let me just delete this and let me just execute this workflow once again. I have to detach this because there is an existing error here, and I cannot. Okay, so I have to provide something here, otherwise I won't be able to. All right, so let me just keep it like this, and now let's just do it. Okay, now this is working fine, and let me just add something. So hi, my name is Arsh. Okay, as you can see, I got this output here, and now let me just see one more thing. I've been doing a lot of executions here. I have been uploading, I have attached Telegram from a while now, but my executions didn't increase even by one, right? Why that is happening? Because currently we are inside the development. This thing is off, right? Until this thing is off and we are doing this manually, these executions won't be consumed, right? All right, so now let me just go inside here, and as you can see, I have this text, right? Now let's just go and have this thing given here, one, right? And simply say that right? Let's just keep it very simple. Okay, so now this is not it. Once this is done, one more thing which I have to do is I have to attach some kind of memory. So if before attaching that memory, let's just do one thing. I'm executing this step, and let's just see what happens. So I'm gonna say hi. As you can see, this thing got executed and we have some kind of output, and as you can see, the output is hello, how can I assist you today? So this is the output which is directly coming from AI, and I have to send this back to our Telegram, right? So for that, one more Telegram node is required, which is the send. So this is what I have to do, send a text message, right? And this will be send message. Chat ID has to be provided. Again, the chat ID is, I guess, this. No, not this one. So this is the ID. So message from an ID. This is what I have to drag and drop here. The text. So the text will be something coming from our AI, right? The output, right? So this is what I have to reply back, right? So as you can see, I can access the previous nodes as well, and I can drag and drop those things. And the current one, which is again, we have to send back. So if I execute this step once again and go to my Telegram, as you can see, what I can see here, hello, how can I assist you today, right? And this message was sent automatically with n8n, which again we don't want here to be shown. So for that, what you have to do is, there was one step where you can simply turn off that n8n's message, which is append. This thing has to be stopped, and if I execute this once again, I can see here the output coming back. So now simple workflow has been created. One more thing which I have to do here, if I simply execute this, and now if I type here hi, and as you can see, I'm getting an output. Hi Arsh, how can I assist you today? Let's just execute this one more time. I want to show you something very important. And if I write what is 2 divided by 67, so it is coming with the response. Now let me just execute it once again, and I'm gonna ask what is my name. And as you can see, it is saying, I don't know your name, you haven't shared it with me yet, but I have actually shared it with it, right? So it should have picked up my name, but it didn't. Why? Because we are not storing it anywhere. So for that, very easy, we have something known as memory, which can be given, which is a simple memory, which we're going to use here, which is for free, but you can also go with Postgre, Redis, or MongoDB. Simply putting it, when you are working, just go with the free trial versions, and as we are beginners, so just simply go with simple memory. Even I haven't used any other kind of memory here, to be very honest. And as you can see, we have to, again, the session ID has to be defined below here. We have to provide some kind of key to make sure that we are not facing any problems, which again can be the right, the message ID. All right, and the context window length. So this is the length, as in how many messages will be contained inside the memory. So like this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe on the 6th term, I'm asking what is my name, then it won't be able to answer my question. But before that, it will be, right? So let's just now check that. Let me just execute this and let's just say, hi. Okay, so it's saying that, hello, how can I assist you today? Let me just again execute this workflow. And I'm going to say, my name is Daram. And as you can see, nice to meet you, Daram. How can I help you today, right? And let's just simply go and again ask, something like this. Okay, so it came up with some kind of output, and as you can see, every time this output is different. I asked the same question, but the way this output was given, it is different, because again, we know this is AI, right? Every execution is different. Okay, so now let's just go again and ask, what is my name? And as you can see, your name is Darren. It is picking up my name and it is telling me. Perfect. So this is working fine, and we have created this workflow. There is just one thing which is missing, which is how to actually process the file. And the second step is, we don't want to chat out simply. We need to come up with certain steps. So guys, I don't want this video to be very long, and because this is prompting, I will be pasting my prompt here, which I again created with the help of ChatGPT. And inside the description, you'll get the link for this message, right? This prompt. Just simply go to the description of this video and you'll find the link and simply paste that here. And this has to be some kind of expression here. So let me just open it like this. All right, so this is the expression, and as you can see, there are a few things which we're gonna add. No, not a problem. Quick walkthrough is that I'm gonna have the file attachment, which as we recall, it was not a text, it was an actual file, right? So how can I give a text here? We're gonna work on that. Very simple, one simple additional node and everything will be sorted. That is one thing. So if the file attachment, so what exactly I want is, I'm attaching a PDF file. I want the text which is present inside that PDF file. So n8n provides you with something with the help of which you can actually extract the text which is present inside PDF, and which again we can store here dynamically. The second step is like this is something which I generated with the help of ChatGPT. There are two things which has to be taken care of. One is the file and the other is the job title. So it doesn't matter if we are having a conversation, if I'm writing my name, I'm saying hi to the AI. Ultimate goal is to have two things, which is, one is our job title, and the other one is the file, right? So once I have both of them, I can actually perform a structured analysis, and that analysis will be like this: formatting in structure, contact information, what are the strengths, what are the improvements, and everything, right? So this is how I this complete thing is designed. Based on this prompt is what everything is coming out, right? So this is the magic box, and let me just go back. One thing, either it can be JSON message.txt, otherwise it can be something else. So what that could be? That can be a file. So what I have to do here, I have to attach it, but before that, one additional step has to be performed here, which is processing the file. Okay, so how to do that? We can simply go inside data transformation, right? And then there is something known as extract from file, right? You can directly search here extract, and this will going to pop up. You can simply go for extract from file. Once you click this, there is one option which is extract from PDF, and that's what we wanted. I'm going to add this, and currently we don't have any kind of data here, but once I'll run this, it'll be having. So let me just initially delete this so that I don't get into some kind of error. Let me execute this workflow and simply go with a file. Okay, perfect. So this thing was given to as part of extract file, and what happened was, because this is a piece of file, there is no draggable component here, and it actually picks up this name. So what we have to make sure is that this name is exactly same to this input binary field text. This has to be similar. Once this is same, as you can see, I didn't got any kind of text here because again this is a very low resolution image. And let me just perform this task once again. Let me just upload some good quality PDF. I'm uploading this, and okay, this time as you can see, I got some text here, right? So this is the text which we wanted, and this is the text which will be feeding to our AI agent as something optional, right? Why? Because see, either it can be a piece of text, right, which is coming, or it could be so like if I go inside my, if currently you can see a document, but previously it was dot text, right? Yo or hi or whatever, right? And the other thing is extracted So that has to be given as an option here, because we don't want to get ourselves into any kind of error. Mind one thing, when you are attaching some kind of memory, you need to give some kind of prompt user message. This is not optional. So if this is undefined, you'll get into error. We have two conditions. That's why we are putting an or operator. And the thing is, we have to drag this here, plain and simple. This is showing undefined, but it is, trust me, it is not. I'm not sure why it is showing undefined. It is pretty much available here. So let's just execute this step once again. And let's just see what happens. As you can see, thank you for your resume. Which job title should I use for this analysis? This is the output which we got. And if I check on Telegram, because we have not executed exactly the whole thing, it didn't went, right? I have to separately call this as well. Once this is executed, now I'll be able to see this. Thank you for sharing your resume. Which job title should I use for this analysis, right? Now it is asking for some kind of text. If I execute this once again, go to my Telegram. All right, so I want this to be a junior developer, something like this. And it is asking me for a file. I think there is some kind of problem with my prompt, which to my knowledge is some kind of check I may have missed, and that's why it's not picking up directly, the file. Because whenever I'm providing the file initially, it is again asking me for the file, right? If I simply do one thing, if I simply execute this flow again and right click reply this, this is my file. Why I can do this? Because as you can see, the context window length of our memory is 5, right? And this is just the third message, right? I got the rating, I got everything. So like the pointers as to the professional experience, education, certification, ATS optimization, the suggestions and the improvements, everything, right? So I'm getting a detailed review of my resume based on the title I'm looking out for, right? And every time you can see this rating is different. If I because previously also I uploaded the same resume, as you can see, this rating for professional summary for a lead front-end developer is 6, right? Professional summary. But if I go down and if I again check for professional summary, and it comes out to be 6 again. Okay, that's strange. But as you can see, for product manager and for for junior developer or lead front-end developer, it was different. Based on the job title, as you can see here, ATS optimization, missing mentioning keywords like junior developer. And for lead team leadership or project management, these are the missing keywords, right? Code review is it's a missing keyword, so I should add these keywords to my the PDF file, which again is the ultimate goal, right? To review your resume and make the improvements, right? So that's pretty much it. That's how this workflow was created. Now once I make sure that this is active, now what will happen is I don't have to again and again execute the workflow. Let's just say hi and it comes up, right? The bot is speaking to us, right? Let me just give it a file, or maybe let's just say simply say data scientist, and see how it picked up, right? It got to know that, okay, this is some kind of job role we are giving here, right? A job title. Now let's just upload the file, and it's going to take a few seconds. I'm not sure how to show a skeleton here because I didn't do a lot of research. I never created a Telegram bot. This is the first time I'm doing it. Perfect. So as you can see, I got a review, and for professional summary, it's very bad. So I have to work on professional summary, I guess. And then there are different things, different areas of improvement, different keywords this time they have provided. So anyhow, so this was the complete project, just to make sure that we understand the gist of n8n. And there are different things which we can do. I have created workflows based on, and one more thing, very, very, very important, guys. Let's just say you are working on this and you haven't clicked on save, and you close the window, you close the browser, everything will be lost. You have to manually save this. It doesn't save automatically, right? So you have to save this. Otherwise, if you go somewhere else, or if you maybe accidentally close your window, everything is gone, right? So you have to save it time to time. That is one thing, right? And make sure that this thing is inactive once you're not using it, because you have very limited credits. But I guess this is not very limited. You can actually perform a lot of tasks with 1,000 executions, right? And this is the first time I'm uploading content in English. Usually I upload content in Hindi, and so please give a feedback on to whether should I upload content in English as well, because I'm not saying that I'm not gonna upload in Hindi, but I thought let's just give it a try, right? So there is the n8n for beginners from my side. Happy learning. This side Arshdeep Singh. Thank you.